And it's a very fair take. So setting the sights down on this pistol round. Everybody grouped up in through A main. A bit of a jump spot from Bang, and he's got plenty of util in the back pocket. Letting it loose now, at least with the drone, but that's cancelled out by the knife. Icy in, just trying to lead the charge for the rest of his team. Dart is dealt with, but not before lighting up these players. And there's 100 Thieves that have full control of this site. G2 really struggling to even get any sort of a foothold. Gonna have to double up at least. These fights happening. Jump spot with the right click to do that work, but damage. Cryo was holding the top mid angle, I believe, but now backing away.
And everybody on G2 was
so brave.
Respecting this.
You have no way to get out of here, Boostio. You
Stuff Boostio there, but I'm fine with them taking those level of risks on a round where their economy is not as good. Cryo is still here with the op, and valyn has no smokes. He's just used one.
Cryo's going to be looking to shove them in a locker and maybe just take the lunch money while he's at it. But finally shut down. Needs to make it with that one. Pushing through the available angles, just traded out as easily as it's done here. The rifles winning out the day for G2.
They won't necessarily anticipate eeiu coming around behind, but he's got to get past this turret somehow.
Shot down.
That'll do it.
That will do it. Doesn't have to worry about that angle. Knows that the players are most likely locked towards the back of the side in the anchoring position. It's going to be a tough clutch if he is going to make it happen now. He needs some nasty shots. Potentially a bit of luck on his side. Dart. It's going to be broken. Spam across the wall angle here, doubled up towards the back of the site. The shock dart is good at least to force the position out wide. It gives him that information. And peace of mind now working forwards, but with the time ticking against him, that spike is starting to become a problem. Deep smoke as well, you got to push into it. Real disrespect being showcased here, especially by Asuna. It's a paranoia that's delayed.
And so valyn's going to have to bring something new. He's playing with the big boys now, playing against Boostio.
Cryo just has to try and push forwards as well to avoid this dart, but lit up. His position was known and noted, and Icy has already broke past that initial choke point, wading right into it. Bang just seemingly unaware that that could even be a possible approach. And punished for it. It's a 2v5. Real goal for 100 Thieves here. Surely he's just seeking out the weaponry and maybe saving it into the next tier, but Boostio throws away his smoke at the feet up, draft and back and away. Okay, good movement from Cryo.
And that's because he knows that there was a player over there towards top mid, but that started the exec for G2.
Yeah, valyn's going to be making the call for this one here, just trying to cut up those angles. No one's dealing with Bang! He's holding it down in a nice position. Steady aim. And a steady hand as well. It's going to be guiding them right into a round win. Spikes drop down in the middle of nowhere, drop to the knees as JonahP. Eventually he will fall as well.
And so momentum beginning here for 100 Thieves in all likelihood. 30 seconds for G2 to try to recover this.
10 seconds.
Get the stopwatch out, man. Get the stopwatch out. I mean, they're bunny hopping all the way in. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Spikes drop down, so no chances.
Well, they take another weapon away from Boostio, and remember, it's the economy of 100 Thieves that's in this time, though. Recon saved for the exec itself.
Yep. Now all the way over the top. Boostio puts it straight out of the sky. It's Clay Pigeon shooting. Just got to dodge and dock and weave away on the Hunter's Fury. Flash over. Beautiful. I mean, just a dart is laying them all up. It's easy pickings. That's a critical target. Can be removing them away from that sideline, but they still have to worry about the anchoring players. Now Cryo upside the Blade Storm, seeking a slice and dice his way through at least any available scenario with Hunter's Fury. And Boostio standing his ground, rooted to the spot, eventually dislodged. TP from Bang. He's committing into the fight now, at least with the paranoia, but it just blocks up his village in time. Coming straight through back at you. eeiu now, left in a 1v3.
Spike planted.
They're not going to be denied. They are weak. Suppressed though. Wait for it to fade here. Maybe pray for a couple of spam kills. There's the first one. Obstacle removed. 2 more to deal with.
Revealing area.
Dart's back online. There's only one player that can break down. That's going to be revealing the position of Icy. Shock dart. Doesn't connect. A smoke by valyn. Still, it just separates it, but now left into that 1v1.
Playing that is not super fast. But they're going to be here in the right spot.
Anything to deal with this one? Lockdown. Doesn't actually cover that corner. Both Bang.
They're going to throw you
Cryo. Really good in this spot. Not just that. I mean, Boostio also has a lockdown of his own, but then there's nobody watching that angle.
No thought.
But yeah, okay, not going to be able to get out of there. Still lighting him up with the cross-map recon. Bang. Even within his own smokes, and he's buying enough time at least for eeiu to just rain down the lead from the on-high position. Look at this guy. He's going to be able to hold it. Almost expecting it with the potential positioning. They're just trying to convert it into that mid-take as well. Into the B split. The bait and switch, but they did not deal with this guy. The IGL still
No more.
Juke as well, these bullets coming through. As G2 are finding these advantages. Icy looking up behind them, and they know exactly where eeiu is just from that Hunter's Fury that was let loose and let rip.
And now the fake becomes the real take. Those players on A never got stopped. And so now it's all down to Bang to try to pick up the pieces. He's got no information. I mean, there's an Omen ult all over the place as well. People could be literally anywhere, all around the map. It would be an outrageous 1v3 for him to pick up. And I think he's just going to end up exposing his back here to Trent.
First level of it is expecting Trent, which some level of clearance, but just pokes out the shoulder. And
he's going to look to entry here.
Right, it's an explosive beginning. Look at this, 100 Thieves just trying to send it straight, flying through into the B site. That has to be broken and dealt with, and it is just so. Still, the shock darts, long-range artillery. I mean, this has chunked down the players. I mean, just look to the left here. Red health bars disappearing before your very screens. You might see the fill, at least the feed filled up, maybe potentially here, all entirely of 100 Thieves. They're taking it to him. Not letting this flood defense occur. Orchestrating. Pretty obvious now that this is going to be a B hit coming through, up and over the top. Fully blinded up. That util! It's perfection in motion. And still just punishing any attempt to try and flood through all of these smokes. Spamming away, Cryo. A little bit of punishment there. 2v3. So he opened up enough of a window here for Icy to take over. Not quite. Log's position locked down here by...
see a replay of it because they're walking back into Icy's op.
Yeah, and this is the time to come alive, isn't it? Paranoia swoops through, has to sidestep it. Another flash, these layers of util. Icy just cannot get set up for success. The time to strike is pretty much over. Sights gained for 100 Thieves. Players are in position. Hoping to delay this one now with a no command. Going to radiate out. Asuna stopping any and all abilities.
And they're expecting this to delay the G2 retake and buy time for eeiu to go on this flank. I mean, look at this. The Sova lurk flank. Can't get any value out of the recon.
The knife as well. It just keeps coming, man. Waves of it, layers of it. Stopping them in their tracks. eeiu getting a bit of a move on with none the wiser. They're going to look easy. They want to finish this one. Explosive in nature. Look at this guy. Flying forwards, no smoke in the choke to really block them away, and Icy has to deliver. Finds at least two, the dash now activated. Long-range dart to supplement and support these defensive players, but he just does not expect Cryo to be coming from that angle. It's a 2v3. And whatever opportunity that Icy may have bought is now arguably squandered. It's up for Leaf and Trent. See if they can pull off the impossible, but 100 Thieves running away with it. Door in Trent's face has to be broken. First part of the puzzle, but they know exactly where Leaf is.
He gets posted.
Drone avoided. Out wide though, it's a double face, and they know exactly where Trent is. It should be...
Initiate a utility, and they go for a lot of execute heavy stuff on bind. It just works on this map. It's super good. But does that mean that we're going to get stuff like this, where you push out behind them and try to set up flanks as soon as the retake comes through?
He might be onto something. It's a heavy reflank attempt by 3 of these players. Trying to work them way behind. I mean, it's going to be up to Bang to put a stop to it.
I think you should read this. Icy didn't use plant denial utility. You should be expecting a flank. And Bang must be. The question is how many?
Well, losing the first duel here. Ascent onto the high ground position. That is snappy, this guy. Adjusting for the aim, but blinded up. And the peaks are coming through. It's thick and fast here by G2. Boostio looks down at one angle here. Time's running against them. Let's send out that util here. The C's won't really be doing too much here. Gotta land these shots. They do it. I mean, they're preventing it with the wingman. Breaking him down. It's gonna be the bodyguard angled. Boostio! G2 for a bit of a loop, wondering which direction they're gonna be going into here. I mean, 24 seconds left onto the clock. Time is against them, and already the players are taking the fight straight to them. It's Leaf. They can TP. Dropping it down with a boss pit TP, and they're gonna be starting to pivot here. Now, the essential player becomes Icy. This guy's locked to the side, JonahP right behind them. He's going to be watched for. Nades blocking him off. 8 seconds left. This spike needs to be planted, and it needs to be a defense online for it. Players, it's dropped, and G2 just cannot defend against it. An extension into the round is gained and earned, and the players falling all over the place. 2v2 in the moment, and Trent just might be able to do it. 1v1. Him versus eeiu. Made a lot of noise and sound cue. Thrash for the Boombot mosh pit. The Prowler, EU's going to be safe, just catching that's one. And I mean, talking about catching, Leaf just one to the dome. Will fall, close, tight angle. Flash didn't connect, JonahP. Thinking it was safe for him, but he's just trying to beat a playmaker in the moment. And this is the big test that you're going to be coming up against with this 100 Thieves team on their attack sides, is can you stop these execs? That's the #1 thing that's going to be asked of you over and over again.
And frankly, the answer is no for every single team. Walking it at the moment as well.
Sees with very little to connect onto it here. It's again a fast play by 100 Thieves. It's nothing out of the ordinary. A lot of ults being committed here, but just a 1-for-1. And valyn, I mean, none the wiser. Ascent just passed directly over the top of the truck. Took him straight out with a shot to the side of the temple. JonahP seeking to contest and corral these players deep inside the showers. It was a high-low, doubled-up setup. And now it has to be miracle runs. It has to be hero plays. G2 just don't have it in them. Again, it really does feel just like a coronation. All over it. Give me these timings. Follow the util. Getting that acknowledgement. TP. Rocket flying forwards. Nade. That lands and connects. And just a real struggle to get these kills. Icy. Earning one of his own. A Satchel to just evade the capture of all these bullets being sent their way. Not enough to reset it. 2v2. It's gotten scrappy into the mix of all of it. Orbital strike forcing them back and away. Even the Thrash as well, all being combined here, should be that entertainment, and indeed it is. So bang, needs to be defended. Will they approach the angle, or are they worried about EU? It looks like that is the case, but time is running against them now, and they know it. G2 realizing that they can just hold their ground, and Dizzy gets that connection onto the two of them. 7 seconds left, and valyn holding the tight and close quarter. It's just inevitable.
Desperately needed for G2.
A lot of util. The Dizzy sent flying. It's too much to really watch for you. JonahP just trying to hold that tight angle again. Everybody sent through. TP straight to showers. They haven't cleared this one. They're going to use the Thrash now to do the job for them. Nade rebounds. Good timing on it from eeiu. Almost going down to this one. Just seeking to delay with all that util. Still plenty more where that came from as well. But all that util back and forth. The pendulum swinging. Standing their ground and fighting them out. 100 Thieves.
And spawn. These are the tiniest choke points imaginable. Look at Trent trying to get his way out of there. A lot of teams like to try to play plant denial, but there's no safe spaces against the way the 100 Thieves play. G2 on the eco, they push out. Clearing fountain. But this is just going to set them up for something similar to the pistol, where they had multiple players coming behind. Again, though, as soon as 100 Thieves take the site for free and they don't see any defensive utility, they've got to be thinking
You're expected. Yeah.
You have to. Where else are they going to be? They're just all in spawn, playing retake? It doesn't make sense.
Bangs in a far back off-angle position. It's the same peak angle as before, actually. I mean, yeah, actual deja vu. Beautiful flying.
Right there.
No setup, though, for these G2 players, but they do have that advantage now, trying to put the squeeze onto Boostio. Tries to take the fight with a rifle. Upended and offloaded. Wingman trying to get onto the defuse. Denied and stopped. Rocket flying. Everybody. Boombot. Not broken.
Didn't break it.
Not broken. Icy. What are you going to do here? Nade rebounds. Has the satchels. Standing his ground, but the vulnerability applied with a snake bite or the damage there. G2. Trying to take the fight straight to them here. Beautiful sees of the connection. Trent now. Well, the sound cues cut away and they are none the wiser. You're already going to be posted up onto that high ground position, just trying to take the fight towards them. A solo push from Boostio is going to be punished. Trent locking it down with his position. JonahP, though, immediately answered back and dropped into the 1v1, this pit.
That doesn't
set up. I don't think it stretches.
No, that doesn't look like it does.
Just out of range. And bang now. Lost the timing! Talking about earlier. It's going to be delaying 100 Thieves, but only for a moment. It's a nightfall. Combined up, Satchel plays. Asuna being stopped down in his tracks. Snake bite and the decay damage. All there with the detainment. They can't quite find the other player, but Icy knows it's being accosted onto it. Finally, eeiu reveals himself. Gets the upgrade, spraying it down, and true.
Now a 1v4 here for eeiu would be back-breaking in terms of G2's chances. He's only got 30 health. He would die to a single bullet from that Vandal.
Surely no chances. valyn and Trent, I mean, they just double up. Molly, back through elbow. Dizzy doesn't see anything. eeiu taking up, vacuuming up the space, all about finding the ones. But at least the Dizzy's broken. Icy can afford to play this close quarters angle. Boombot spots it out. Rocket denied. It's only the 1-for-1.
things again.
Taking
The push
risks.
out allowing them to still have a triple stack B.
Oh,
he knows this is
it's a fake. Yeah, no one is following up on this thrash. He knows exactly where Boostio is. He's making a call, and already the rotations.
What an outplay.
And swarm with a position.
Left.
And valyn, this backstab ready and waiting. Doesn't take it for the knife, just with the rifle, good enough. At the end of the day, G2. Choke hold onto the site, last player noted, and no.
What Vanity was talking about. Over towards B long, it still feels like B is empty. Until suddenly, you spot them over towards hookah.
Bang sees it. Gonna let loose at least with the snake bite. It's gonna be dropping them down. And look at that utility! Sees connects. Trails abound. Leaf, the last one left. One singular man, one singular Leaf.
left.
He's got to do a lot here. Definite damage done, but really just to hit the Trailblazer. They were set up maybe for the C's. Nades, satchels around. Asuna definitely spammable. The Horde, though, doing the work. Spike's still going to be planted. Trent just trying to get back that utility. The backside control entirely in the way of 100 Thieves in the C's. Teba tucking him close to the spot. Mosh pit at his back. Trent really with nowhere to run, but he at least has the crossfire set up. Him and Leaf try and play this one together. Dizzy, it's broken. Up and around. Need to land these shots, and land them they will. G2 finding the marks. One target left. That's to really overcome and stand your ground against. Has to respect that space now with the snake bite flying forwards. Icy vulnerable, mosh pit on top of it. They're just swinging right through. Icy still with the one, but doesn't expect the other players, and Valyn's right there. And the rest of the team now paving the way forwards. They've gained enough ground, but it's all about converting these kills here. And all their way. Cryo, smoke dropped down, but he just poked his head out and he knows.
3-player stack from 100 Thieves on the defense. But they're thinking maybe that this could be a fake at this point, because there was no follow-up after the smokes.
And the noise cut. Call being made by G2 here. Order strike. That's going to be surely a bit of a punishment. Nightfall. All there. Asuna now, but he ults online. Lets it loose. And the rocket does find one. Post-mortem in nature. Right here. 3 players left to stand against this one with G2. But the onslaught is coming. And delivering an absolute reckoning. 100 Thieves still with that player advantage, but they've got to try and get past these players. It's a bit of a crossfire setup. JonahP, it's precarious the way he's feeling. You can feel it from the way they're just taking the fight to them. What a call to make. The flash play into the back of the site, but bang. Maybe to deliver it. Still time against him. Finds the first one, JonahP. The chances are here for him now to grasp it. Pit, drop down. This is desperation for Bang. Defuse needs to gain it at least half to stand their chance. And JonahP.
See anything that gives them the timing to start contacting up and go into an exec? There's only 2 players here. They found the weak side again.
At least with the mosh pit laying down, Icy can't really see anything fully blinded up. No one towards the back of the site though. They haven't dealt with the hookah player. Oh, the C's! It's committed with the C's! And they have been turned to a fried goop onto the site. Asuna, they claim to the space. Vacuums it up now for the rest of his team now to see if they can deliver a round win, just when it was looking unlikely. Still into the post plant we go. Valyn doesn't set his sights towards a player. Bides his time, rips it away from 3 of them. And a slight tap. Tickler the spike there by Cryo. Decayed. Beam down. They're a little bit worried about this one. Off angle for Ascent. It's all about how this first kill gets rattled off. Not a thrash. Close into it. Detainment there. Online. Tucked to the corner. Boostio. What a call to make. Dominating the smoke position, and Valyn will punish.
Another great kill by Valyn to take things back into a 3v3. Leafs found a timing.
Slipped his way through, hasn't he?
Does Cryo think about it?
Right past the curtain, all but a strike, forcing them out into the open. 100 Thieves still. Definite chances. Leaf wins that one out. Doubled up for the Heaven player.
Even with eeiu, highlighting where Leaf was playing, still good for the kill.
Hello.
Bang, trying to make a miracle occur in the 1v3.
Snake by rebounding though. Dropped down to his
30
feet.
seconds left.
You're right. Trying to set up for the miracle here. Valyn, just head popped out. Doesn't choose to take up the position, but at least does reveal himself here. Vulnerability. A snake bite dropped down. Now the call being made by Valyn. Jump in wide. We're just not seeing it. And for G2, they can smell it, man. The opportunity and chance to really steal this map away. An extension of play revealed out into the open. eeiu pluck Icy straight out of the sky. Mosh pit delaying the inevitable, I will say, of this plant going down. But Valyn now having it planted in a really just an orthodox spot. Sending the util out flying forwards. Mosh pit. Trent. Want to make sure that they can't follow up and through into the back of this site now, even offloading a thrash of his own. This is it. The precipice A round which 100 Thieves determined to win, but can they even do it? Sasha through with the movement, it's clean enough. Dizzy over the top, gonna be broken. Asuna trying to win out these fights still. Cutting it up and slicing these corners, leaving it to just one.
I'll find you.
And the third map, at this point, they can feel it. Time taken away with a spike. valyn delivers it.
So hard lurk, really, really late lurk on the Astra. These are the kind of tendencies that you can exploit. And Trent, he gets the opener with just spam through the wall there.
Yeah, just praying that he maybe catches onto a lurking player. It's a fault line to refight. Cut off.
Down A.
Orb was propped up here, but a spike's been dropped down into no man's land. I mean, how do you regain this one? Stars have to be used to pull and a wall up. Regaining control of this one here, just rattling the bullets back and forth.
Yeah, this one's a little bit of an unlucky kind of go next scenario.
There.
You know, you'll make the best situation out of it, try to create a win. But G2 are great in these spots at not giving up, you know, free peaks. They really force you to win the round and create the advantage.
You see that just from the amount of respect. I mean, you could just draw a line throughout the back of the site, the entirety of the map. Position the G2 are holding. They're here to drop down those. JonahP now with a plan acknowledged.
Yeah, and all of that respect is going to give them the plant. So now the time working against G2.
Up to Cryo, I think, to be a bit of a playmaker. There's no way in astral form. Bullets just going right underneath him. That seize is monstrous. It's about how these kills come through. No way! I mean, that is a ghost moment if I've ever seen one. Then on a flood through. Out of the smoke, fearless. Bang!
What 100 Thieves were trying to do up towards ramp.
Wow.
That's tough. Good stun afterwards, though, as well. You know, getting value out of JonahP's.
Get out. So, now no to the Prowler, giving them side control. G2 understanding the strengths, really, of how you really want to play this one. They haven't given up heaven control. And now seeking to actually refight, potentially over ramp. They send the Prowler forwards as this plan is going down.
And this is one of those rounds where you're worried about where is Cryo. I mean, look at what valyn is up to over here. He's literally waiting for Cryo to walk up mid. He doesn't realize this is one of the few rounds where the Astra's not in a lurk.
I'll send it forwards now. Showstopper in the hands of Icy. Satchels through and around. Finds it. Asuna will drop him, though. To the other side of things. Lovely dodge and a flash here. And a refight contestation. 100 Thieves calling at all the right timings. Regaining that heaven position and control. Plenty of bullets left for Trent to work with here, but with the pull, no chance, no possibility anymore.
Got to be kidding.
It's ticking away. All the wing split goes on the defense side. You end up playing retake more often than not. Smoke drop, just based off the feelings of the getting that this is coming through. I mean, spam down and spray down. The orb is delayed, so valyn, he could take that sideline. Heaven wasn't smoked off. Asuna seeks to just even out the exchange. Will do so successfully. Already retreating now to a bit of a deep tuck position.
Here.
Nade, paranoia. Lots of fade utility available.
Clear this. The nade is going to miss him, though. Just tucks it behind as well, and then on the Wiser! Right from the side, he is blinded up. Flash!
Tells 100 Thieves are going to try to use here. They're making it feel like it's going through mid. Nightfall, smoke.
Oh, that's so many connections. They're not going to be able to hear anything that this is at least colliding.
Yeah, instead they're
straight to the B side.
Welcome to my world.
Hit drop down after strike. That should delay the plant. On with a Nightfall. It's a fast flood attempt. Ready to trail. Point them in the right direction, but Icy is detained in the process. Bullets flying, and it comes down to chance. Flip of a coin almost. But that flood. Successful tale has been woven for G2. Put themselves in a position. Look at that smoke as well, valyn.
A fast A-pot. Again, we're not seeing that classic lurk play.
Not to be deterred, are they? Oh my god, the bullets are going crazy right now. And so is Asuna. Sends it straight to them, at least with a showstopper. Still holding the angle here with a nade rebound and a follow-up. Stop it, but this time anchoring players. What are they going to do to prevent it? Timing it, at least with the dash in. The Dizzy. It's G2 seeking a flood defense. This one working out for them. Taking gambles here onto the half by smokes, dropping and fading. The cut noise called by 100 Thieves. This time might be able to pave their way to a victory, at least into this round. Damage is definitely done, though. Look at Boostio. Slight breeze will bring him down. And the players are still stacked up. G2 not budging.
Now, they're really expecting this to be a re-hit, and they are completely correct. It's a great read.
You are divided!
That's quite a nice one. It's going to allow them an avenue to get through.
Spike down.
And you said a light breeze would bring down Boostio. How about an acid pool at his feet?
Doing the damage there, Leaf. Holding it close, a tap, Cryo seeking for them to push past and through this own Cosmic Divide, but honestly, Valyn can't really hear anything at all. Plant now committed and stuck by Cryo, getting into it now, taking a fight straight to him, but the IGL dropped. Leaf now, matters into his own hands, but surely it counted.
No, if anything, they've just been faking it with eeiu's utility.
But he gets out util. Yeah, util in their hands, dashing forwards, at least with the satchels, blinded up. Asuna, all the senses cut away, and lives on top of it.
It would have been if that first line of defense execs.
And now they send it flying forwards here. Careening with the util, fault line will delay. Stunting them away. Plants will be sent flying as well with Wingman, but that's going to be denied and delayed. Again, it's almost inevitable at this point. Valyn doesn't smoke himself off in the usual spot. Asuna forced to stick to plan himself. Finally with a committal. Satchel round, but no one to play off of this one. It's delayed in the process. There was an attempt there by Boostio, but it's just being picked apart. Taking Mayo control with only 44 seconds left. It's really playing to this round. This might be the danger zone for 100 Thieves. Got to get a move on, and it has to be quick. But they've got so many players to deal with. I mean, G2, look at them tucked to the corners. They're pivoting.
The fake ult by Valyn as well. He ulted, and now 100 Thieves are thinking, okay, maybe the Omen is behind us. Maybe the Omen is gone to B, though. And they're going to end up heading back into this duo of Valyn and JonahP.
Exactly right. Fault line delaying them even further. There's only 18 seconds left in the round. They have to get a move on. Util expended. 12 seconds left. Lit up. Beacons just trying to flood their way into the site. The only chance of a win, but it's being dismantled. Better for it, I think, than Split. It's going to test your ability to fight on the retake. It's a tough one, though. Still sending it flying forwards here is G2. I have access to this one. Boostio, aware of his position. It's going to be plucked out of position just onto that elbow angle. Exchange of the guns as well. Really putting a stop to 100 Thieves from having any chance of trying to flood back into this one. What is their plan?
I mean, JonahP still has 2 flashes and an aftershock here. I don't know what his game plan is to get value out of that in the post ban. First step, stop them coming out of screens.
Yeah, at least a nade just to cut off that close corner angle that there could have been a player holding. It's a double call and a face up here by G2, but backing away now is Icy. Still with that smoke to divide and conquer portions of the map, and an essential pistol round. It needs to go the way of 100 Thieves, but only 2 to stand and 2 to make it possible. eeiu circumventing all of this one, but with time ticking already, it spells the feed out for them.
G2 going into a B-split, trying to put pressure on Cryo. He's not here.
A lot of noise and util thrown out, though. Not really hiding the fact, are they? Bang just wants to take the fight. Into these angles as well, just dodging this util. I know Trent is locked up into the corner. Eventually dealt with. Asuna still here. Got to dodge and duck. All around this one, tiptoeing. The available util that's sent flying. G2 you get the 1 kill, but it's still just 2 of them left alive.
I think that's a fantastic read. It's the secondary setup that 100 Thieves go for, where Cryo goes and anchors over towards A. It's not their standard setup, but it's a good one for throwing teams for a loop.
Last player standing.
Valyn just making a call there for a bit of a contact play.
And this one, not even really going to be that great of a bonus round. They looked hesitant to go for those kind of things that have been working so well for them.
The Z, damaged and broken. Cryo anchoring 100 Thieves, flooding their way back into this one. Bang! Who's left on the tether? Bungee jumping up and down from the heaven angle. But surely doable now for 100 Thieves. Gotta think it. 2v1. Lesson though for Leaf is that they don't really know his positioning, but the spike is out into the open.
They're clearing over towards screens. They truly have no clue where he's at.
Now they do.
I have the spike.
Spots it out with a Prowler right from behind Asuna. Creeping and crawling, lurking around with the knife out in play. Fake B presence here with a Nightfall.
Face your fear!
Ult as well, maybe they get that connection online. Is it enough to sell it? Thrash. Force. This will be clearing this one all the way out, and really should just sell it now for the hard rotation. And that's what he's trying to do. Lands a shot somehow, somewhere. Snake bite. Pushing back once more from even being able to take that spot here. Ascent with a rocket, ready to let rip, and fires it straight through. Not able to collect the kill, and wide open, but a taking. Bullet straight to the head.
Leaves under a lot of pressure. He's the one with the spike. He had to retrieve it off JonahP's dead body.
Cross, 10 seconds left. Spike's out nowhere, man. And you have to clear up these players here and now. Running away. No time. I mean, it's just realized, isn't it? 100 Thieves. As soon as the call crucially ults.
And this is the first time we're seeing them shove it into Cryo.
Sending it forward. It's Cryo. He just takes up the position, dictating the direction of the round with that one. I mean, this guy, not to be removed as soon as a showstopper play fails. It's a cancel call by G2.
Dominating the smoke really early on. And Icy anticipating them to be playing further back or towards default. Just didn't think to predict shot into that. G2 forced to wrap things around. They're trying to give as few kind of notices as possible to their opponents. So they're not even using util to clear these or putting smokes down.
Bang's just holding a snake bite though. As soon as he sees one player, surely lets it rip. Just no punish on the jump spot. Flying forwards here, a bit of vulnerability here on JonahP. Haunt as well. Doesn't know these players. A lock tight, close to the corner again. Asuna.
He's always in hell. Asuna is always in hell.
Have to account for it. Still gets the one. Is covered on the cross. Cryo. He deletes and decimates. It's really been nothing like it. Still Boostio. He's tucked to the corner.
Do they
Might be some safety here. Has to be pre-fight. Surely no way, no way. Everything dodged and avoid. Not a single shred of utility to hunt him down and pick him out of place. Just as one gets out of there. It's bandit behavior. But at least with a Viper spin, maybe a chance. Asuna sends it flying forwards with the rocket. No kill there. What is going on? Huh? Cancels it in the moment. What the hell is occurring? Cryo to respawn. 1v2. The pit's still up. Knife is out. Cryo seeking a better angle into all of this here with a pull. It's watched. And Trent. Don't really see this one too often. And he gets dropped
instantly. I mean, that's just got to be spam, I think, right?
Gotta think so. Asuna just trying to dodge. This one tucked! And he's betrayed either by a shoulder or what. I'm not too sure, but tucked out. There was an awareness there from G2, and now they're just going to be sending it. Boostio, he understands it. He's going to try and make a play and make it now. Assailed on his position. Can he really push them and ward them back? The IGL.
Down A.
He's doing his best. There's two really going to be enough now for them.
Spike planted.
There's opportunities for sure. 100 Thieves. They're not grouped up together here. It's eeiu and Cryo. And Cryo's still hunting around, but his players. Valyn just donates one to him. Pops up right into him. Icy did not have the gun, but a job. And just like that, it's turned on its head. Leaf left to clutch it all. Damage there. What a shot. And the fadeaway from it. eeiu with the tap. Leaf in the open. Rotation. They've realized that it's a fake presence. And now Thrash is really going to be putting an end directly to these troubles. It spells it out. With Valyn detained, everybody making their way over towards this one. It's desperation. Evident now from G2. And how do you come up with anything when 100 Thieves have full awareness of what you're up to?
30 seconds left.
Running your way through the util, seeking the disrespected. Again, the anchoring positions at the back of the site, shutting them down with rifles in hand. 100 Thieves, not to be denied, that 12th round on the boards. And even Leaf spotted. Looks like he wants to make a go of things here. Surely you don't just push up right past them. The TPM cuts them away and out of the picture. A pretty one painted by this 100 Thieves squad. And they've just left it to Leaf and Valyn. 55 seconds on the mark. Boostio's going wandering, exploring out into the open. Might just spot these players falling. And just like that,